Your emotions are the architects of your world. Mastery within shapes reality without. Carl Jung. The emotional blueprint, how feelings create your reality. Every emotion is a frequency that shapes what you attract. Learn how suppressed feelings manifest as recurring experiences and how awareness can dissolve them. Master emotional alchemy to live with balance, clarity, and peace. Imagine waking in a silent dawn, the kind where the air feels like it remembers something ancient. You step outside, barefoot on cool earth, and notice how the light touches the horizon, soft, golden, alive. For a brief moment, the world doesn't feel separate from you. The wind breathes with you, not around you. That feeling, subtle yet immense, is your first glimpse into the hidden architecture of reality. Your emotions are not responses to life, they are the quiet architects shaping it. The paradox of creation. We are taught that we feel because of what happens to us, that joy is a reaction to success, sorrow a response to loss, peace a product of control. But what if the order is reversed? What if every outcome, every encounter, every twist of destiny is first a vibration born within, an emotional frequency that the external world mirrors back to us? This is the paradox at the heart of the emotional blueprint. Your feelings are not the result of your reality. They are the blueprint from which it's built. Modern science edges toward this truth. Neuroscientists reveal that our perceptions are not direct readings of the world, but interpretations sculpted by emotional bias. Psychologists note how our subconscious beliefs, charged with feeling, determine 95% of our behavior. And mystics, for millennia, have whispered the same revelation in the language of soul. As within, so without. The heart creates the field. The universe is emotion clothed in matter. The emotional architect. Every feeling is a frequency, a signal broadcast into the quantum sea. Fear tightens the field, drawing toward it evidence of threat. Gratitude expands it, aligning the unseen to your favor. Love, not romantic sentiment, but that radiant coherence of being, dissolves the boundaries between creator and creation. Think of your emotional life as an internal design studio. Every day you sketch the structure of your reality, with moods as brushstrokes and beliefs as blueprints. You are both the architect and the inhabitant of what you feel. When the body vibrates with joy, the mind sees opportunity. When it resonates with fear, the same world looks hostile. Nothing outside has changed, only the lens through which the soul perceives has shifted. That lens is your emotional state, and your emotional state is the language through which your consciousness speaks to the universe. The inner climate. We often underestimate the invisible, not the wind or the air, but the subtle atmosphere we carry around us, the inner climate. Two people can walk the same street. One feels alive, magnetized by beauty. The other feels heavy, trapped in gray monotony. The street is identical. The difference lies in the temperature of their inner world. This emotional climate affects everything. Health and fitness. Chronic stress freezes the immune system. Joy strengthens it. Information opens creative flow. Frustration blocks it. Relationships. Calm invites connection. Insecurity breeds distance. Wealth and abundance. Gratitude attracts opportunity. Scarcity repels it. Spirituality. Presence deepens when emotion softens into awareness. Your feelings are not just feelings, they are the weather patterns of your destiny. From reaction to creation. The moment you realize your emotions precede reality, life ceases to be random. You stop being a victim of circumstance and become a conscious co-creator. The world outside begins to reflect the emotional tone you carry inside. This is why two people can face the same challenge. One collapses in despair, another rises in clarity. The event is neutral. The feeling writes the script. The secret then is not to suppress emotion, but to understand it. to read it as data, energy, direction. Emotions are not enemies to be tamed, they are instruments to be tuned. Each time you shift your emotional frequency, you alter the gravitational pull of your life. You change what opportunities notice you, what people resonate with you, and what possibilities become visible. The forgotten language. Ancient mystics understood this. The Egyptians called the heart the seat of the soul's intelligence. The Taoists taught that each emotion corresponds to an element, fear to water, anger to wood, joy to fire, and that balance of these inner forces maintains harmony in the outer world. Even the Stoics, often seen as advocates of detachment, were not numb. They sought equanimity, not emptiness, mastery, not suppression. Modern humanity, however, has grown fluent in intellect but illiterate in feeling. We have built empires of logic but forgotten the language of the heart. Yet emotion is the root of movement itself. Emotion, energy in motion. To ignore it is to silence the very current that animates creation. Awakening the inner compass. Every feeling carries guidance. Fear says, something here asks for courage. Sadness says, something precious needs honoring. Anger says, a boundary seeks your voice. Joy says, you are in alignment. Gratitude whispers, stay here, you are home. When you listen to emotions without judgment, they become your compass, leading you from unconscious reaction to conscious creation. The emotional blueprint is not about becoming perpetually happy, it is about becoming aware. Awareness transforms every feeling into feedback, and feedback is power, the power to design your reality intentionally. The soul's mirror. Life is a mirror that never lies. If you want to know what you are truly feeling, look at what your life is showing you. Patterns repeat not because fate is cruel, but because the soul is patient. It will continue to echo lessons until emotion and awareness unite. To change the reflection, you don't smash the mirror, you change the expression. The threshold of mastery. We stand, each of us, on a threshold between reaction and creation, between fate and freedom. The doorway is emotional awareness. The key is self-honesty. The light beyond it is the realization that everything you feel is both the seed and the soil of your future. You are not just living in your world, you are feeling it into being. This is not poetry, it's physics, consciousness, and the oldest wisdom wrapped in new language. The mystic and the neuroscientist are now shaking hands across centuries, pointing to the same truth. Emotion is the alchemy through which thought becomes thing, dream becomes day, and potential becomes presence. And so, as we step into this exploration of the emotional blueprint, remember, every breath is both a creation and a choice. The question is not whether you are manifesting, but what you are manifesting through your current emotional state. The journey ahead will show you how to see emotion not as chaos, but as code, the sacred architecture of your reality. Let us move deeper, past the poetic veil, and into the living mechanics of emotion. For emotion is not a random storm of human fragility. It is structured, intelligent, energetic architecture. To master it is to begin sculpting reality from the inside out. The illusion of control and the truth of resonance. Humanity's great misunderstanding is the obsession with control, controlling people, outcomes, timing, even the future itself. But emotion operates on a different law, not control, but resonance. You do not control outcomes, you align with them. Just as a tuning fork vibrates in sympathy with another of the same pitch, your emotional frequency determines what realities you harmonize with. A person vibrating in resentment cannot perceive opportunities resonant with forgiveness or abundance. They literally exist at different energetic bandwidths. A heart vibrating with peace naturally synchronizes with calm people, nourishing work, and harmonious events. When you understand resonance, you stop fighting the outer world and begin refining your inner frequency. The external world is not your adversary, it's your echo. The architecture of emotion: energy, perception, creation. In neuroscience, emotion is a chemical messenger. Neuropeptides and hormones cascading through the nervous system, shaping perception and behavior. In metaphysics, emotion is energy in motion, vibrational charge communicating between the soul and the field. In daily life, it is the invisible filter through which you interpret everything you experience. These three perspectives are not separate. They are three layers of the same symphony. 1. Energy. Emotion as vibration. Every feeling emits a signature frequency. 2. Perception. That vibration colors how you interpret sensory input. 3. Creation. The interpretation dictates your choices, and your choices sculpt your external world. The loop is seamless. You feel, you perceive, you act, you create evidence that reinforces how you felt. This is why emotional mastery is the foundation of liberation. Without awareness, you are trapped in your own echo chamber, mistaking your reflection for truth. The mirror of the mind: cognitive emotion loops. Modern psychology speaks of confirmation bias, the tendency to seek information that confirms existing beliefs. On an energetic level, emotions operate the same way. They seek validation through matching experiences. Fear looks for danger. Joy finds beauty. Doubt attracts uncertainty. Faith magnetizes possibility. Your subconscious, a vast ocean beneath the surface mind, responds to emotional charge far more than verbal thought. You can affirm "I am confident" 1,000 times, but if your emotional signature vibrates with insecurity, the field reads insecurity as your dominant broadcast. Thus, emotional congruence becomes the true secret of manifestation. Not just thinking positively, but feeling truthfully. The science of coherence. The HeartMath Institute calls this coherence, a measurable harmony between heart rhythm, brain waves, and emotional state. When coherence rises, intuition sharpens, immune function improves, and creativity expands. When incoherence dominates, stress, anxiety, anger, the body's electromagnetic field becomes chaotic and clarity dissolves. In simpler words, when your heart and mind agree, life flows. When they fight, reality fragments. This harmony between inner and outer order is what the ancients described as alignment with the Tao, union with Atman, or walking the middle path. It is not a religious idea. It is a biological and spiritual equilibrium that turns chaos into cosmos. The emotional ladder, from shadow to radiance. Emotions exist on a spectrum, each one a rung on the ladder of consciousness. At the lower end, shame, guilt, apathy, grief, dense frequencies that constrict life force. As awareness rises, courage, willingness, acceptance, love, joy, peace, expansive vibrations that liberate energy. This ladder is not moral, it's vibrational. You are not bad for feeling anger or sadness. Those emotions are signals, doorways to higher awareness. The goal is not to suppress lower emotions, but to integrate them, to listen to their message, and to transmute their energy. For within every shadow lies potential light. Anger, properly understood, becomes assertive truth. Fear, when embraced, turns into instinctive wisdom. Grief, fully honored, transforms into compassion. Joy, when cultivated, becomes devotion to life itself. Every emotion has an evolved form waiting to be unlocked through consciousness. The field of the heart,
the real creative center. Science often locates intelligence in the brain, but ancient and modern studies converge on a deeper truth. The heart is not merely an organ of blood, but a transmitter of electromagnetic intelligence. The heart's field is 60 times stronger electrically and 5,000 times stronger magnetically than the brain's field. When you feel, truly feel, you are broadcasting into this vast field that connects all living systems. Every thought clothed in emotion becomes a command to this field. Every suppressed feeling becomes interference static. So when you manifest, you're not convincing the universe to obey. You're aligning your frequency with what already exists in infinite potential. Your heart is the portal through which invisible potential becomes visible reality. The ancient frameworks echoes across time. Across civilizations, this wisdom repeats. Hermeticism: the universe is mental, all is mind, but emotion is the fire that animates thought. Vedic philosophy: emotions arise from the gunas, rajas, activity, tamas, inertia, sattva, balance. Conscious evolution is the movement toward sattva, harmony. Taoism: life flows through wu-wei, effortless action, where emotion and action are no longer divided. Stoicism: emotion is not the enemy. It is to be understood, purified, and directed toward virtue. Zen: feelings arise and pass like clouds. Awareness remains the sky. These traditions speak the same language under different skies. Master your emotions, and you master your universe. The emotional blueprint and the 12 dimensions of conscious life. Your emotional state radiates through every domain of existence. The 12 dimensions of conscious life interwoven like threads in a sacred mandala. Health and fitness. Emotional stress tightens the body. Emotional peace regenerates it. Emotional life. Awareness transforms pain into wisdom. Intellectual life. Calm emotions clear the mind's lens for insight. Character. Emotional honesty becomes integrity in action. Spirituality. Emotion refines into devotion, the soul's language of remembrance. Love and relationships. Empathy births intimacy. Judgment creates distance. Parenting and legacy. Emotional presence imprints strength beyond words. Social life. The energy you carry determines the circles you attract. Financial life. Prosperity flows where worthiness resides. Career. Emotion fuels purpose. Detachment clarifies leadership. Quality of life. Joy expands time. Anxiety contracts it. Life experience. Every emotion is a teacher shaping the soul's curriculum. When your emotions harmonize across these dimensions, life ceases to feel fragmented. It becomes a single coherent masterpiece. The myth of emotional control. Many seekers attempt to control emotions through repression, believing mastery means neutrality. But true mastery is not the absence of emotion, it is the presence of awareness. Imagine your emotions as an orchestra. Each feeling, from anger's drumbeat to joy's violin, plays a role in the symphony of your humanity. Control silences the music. Awareness conducts it. You are not meant to suppress your feelings, but to conduct them into coherence. In that coherence, the music of your life aligns with the rhythm of the cosmos. Emotion as the bridge between spirit and matter.
In the metaphysical hierarchy, thought belongs to the mental plane, matter to the physical. Emotion stands between them. The bridge, the translator, the alchemical medium through which invisible thought crystallizes into tangible form.
When your emotional energy aligns with your intention, the physical world reorganizes to reflect it. When emotion contradicts intention, you experience resistance, not as punishment, but as feedback. The universe is precise. It mirrors your vibration with mathematical accuracy. Thus, emotional awareness is not self-indulgence. It is the discipline of a conscious creator. The Great Integration. To live with emotional mastery is to live in partnership with life itself. It is to understand that every tear, every laugh, every trembling fear or surge of ecstasy, all of it is sacred data from the soul guiding you toward wholeness. In this realization, control softens into trust. Fear dissolves into faith. Reaction evolves into creation. This is the science of spirit, the spirituality of science, the core of the emotional blueprint.
Now let us descend into story, the oldest language of the soul. Because symbols speak to the places logic cannot reach. Through them, wisdom travels silently from the unseen to the seen, awakening remembrance where words alone would falter. The alchemist's heart. There once was an alchemist who sought to turn lead into gold. He studied for years, mixing formulas and chanting sacred words under moonlight. But no matter what he tried, the metals refused to transmute. One night, exhausted and broken, he fell to his knees before his furnace and confessed aloud, "I have done everything, and yet nothing changes." From the silence came a whisper that felt both within and beyond him. "You have tried to change the metal without changing your heart." The alchemist wept. He realized that the lead was never the metal in his crucible. It was the unrefined weight of his own emotions, pride, fear, doubt. So he turned his attention inward. Each time anger arose, he breathed through it until it softened into understanding. Each fear he faced until it dissolved into trust. And then, one morning, as sunlight struck the furnace, the dull gray lead gleamed with the unmistakable shimmer of gold. The legend ends simply: he became what he sought. The fire and the mirror. Emotion is the same alchemy. The lead of pain becomes the gold of wisdom only through inner transmutation. You cannot bypass emotion. You must hold it close enough to melt the illusion within it. Imagine your heart as both fire and mirror. Fire, because it burns away the untrue. Mirror, because it reflects exactly what you are ready to see. Every event, every relationship, every loss is a reflection crafted by your emotional resonance. And every reflection invites you to evolve. When you resist, you repeat. When you face, you transmute. The mirror becomes merciful the moment you stop cursing the reflection and start reading its message. The tale of the dream weaver. In a hidden city of glass towers and endless skies lived the dream weaver, an ancient soul who wove the invisible threads of thought and feeling into the fabric of the world. People came to her seeking miracles,
One asked for love, another for wealth, another for peace. She would nod and say only, "Show me the feeling you hold beneath your wish." The first came with a trembling heart, secretly fearing abandonment. The second with greed born of insecurity. The third with longing disguised as calm. The weaver smiled gently. "Your threads are tangled. You wish for light, but you weave with shadow. Go untangle your feeling, then the pattern will emerge." Weeks later, they returned changed. They had met themselves in the silence, felt their fears fully, and transformed them into clarity. When the weaver touched their threads again, the fabric of reality shimmered. New love appeared. Abundance flowed. Peace settled like soft rain. She whispered, "The universe weaves emotion first, then form. Only the clear of heart can design their own destiny." Imagine your emotional world as a labyrinth. Each corridor is lined with mirrors showing fragments of your story: joy, betrayal, triumph, loss. To reach the center, you must stop running from the reflections and start walking toward them. At first, you see the faces of others, those who hurt you, those you loved. But as you step deeper, the mirrors begin to shift. The faces fade, and one remains, your own. Not as victim or hero, but as creator. The labyrinth is life itself. Its twists and turns are the emotional lessons designed for your evolution. The monsters you meet are only unintegrated parts of yourself waiting to be embraced. At the labyrinth's center, you do not find escape, you find stillness. The moment where emotion ceases to control you because you have learned to feel without resistance. And in that stillness, a door opens, not outward, but inward, revealing that the entire maze was drawn within your heart all along. The river and the stone. A river once flowed joyfully down the mountains until it met a great stone blocking its path. The river fought the obstacle, pushing, crashing, roaring in frustration. Days became years. The stone did not move. Finally, in surrender, the river whispered, "If I cannot go through you, I will go around you." And so it did. Slowly, patiently, it carved a new path. Over time, the stone itself softened and became part of the river's flow. The river did not conquer the stone. It transmuted resistance into wisdom. So it is with emotion. When you resist feeling, the stone grows larger. When you allow feeling to flow, not indulgently, but consciously, resistance erodes into grace. Emotion is not meant to imprison you. It is meant to move you. Every tear is a tributary leading you closer to the ocean of your own freedom.
The sky within. The sages say, when the storm passes, the sky was never damaged. In you, there is a vast inner sky, untouched by any emotion that travels through it. Anger, joy, grief, elation, they are passing clouds, not permanent truths. To live emotionally aware is not to cling to clouds, but to remember you are the sky. When you rest in this awareness, emotions lose their tyranny. They become waves in the ocean of consciousness, alive, beautiful,
transient. And from this calm expanse, you begin to create consciously rather than react unconsciously. You become the sky that decides when to rain and when to shine. The Phoenix Principle. The phoenix burns not because it is doomed, but because it remembers renewal. So too do your most intense emotions, heartbreak, betrayal, despair, carry within them the potential for rebirth. Every emotional breakdown is an invitation to a higher octave of being. Destruction is only transformation wearing a mask. When life sets fire to your comfort, it is the soul's way of melting away what cannot ascend with you. From those ashes, clarity rises, luminous and unbound. The phoenix does not fear the fire. It knows the flames are its flight. The emotional archetypes. Within you live many archetypal energies, each a guardian of emotional wisdom. The warrior teaches courage through anger. The healer reveals compassion through pain. The sage embodies serenity through understanding. The lover awakens unity through vulnerability. The creator manifests beauty through inspired emotion. When one of these energies is repressed, life mirrors it through external drama until it is reclaimed within. You are not battling the world, you are integrating your archetypes. Every relationship, conflict, or success story is a myth in which your emotions play the starring role. The emotional universe as a living myth. Imagine for a moment that the universe itself is not a machine, but a living poem, and emotion is its syntax. Each sunrise, a sentence of joy. Each storm, a paragraph of purification. Each night sky, a meditation on infinity. When you feel deeply, not as drama, but as presence, you are reading the universe in its original language. This is why great art, great love, and great suffering all awaken the same thing: aliveness. They return you to the place where emotion becomes awareness, and awareness becomes creation. The symbolic truth beneath it all. The emotional blueprint is the mythology of modern consciousness, the hidden script writing every destiny. Your feelings are not noise, they are notes in the grand score of existence. Every resonance attracts its symphony. Every dissonance invites refinement. And when you finally understand this, not intellectually, but viscerally, you awaken to the realization that the universe is not testing you, it is tuning you.
Mystical truth must become lived truth. Otherwise, it remains just poetry in the mind, never power in the world. So now, we bring the emotional blueprint from the ethereal into the everyday, into money, love, health, leadership, creativity, and the subtle art of living with presence. Because wisdom that cannot be embodied is wisdom that hasn't yet matured. Step 1, emotional awareness, the art of noticing. Before you can design reality, you must first become fluent in your own emotional language. Begin each day not by checking your phone, but by checking your feeling. Ask yourself quietly, what is my emotional temperature right now? Do not label it good or bad. Just notice. Awareness itself begins to loosen the knot of unconscious reactivity. Throughout the day, pause for what we might call emotional micro moments, brief intervals of awareness. When someone frustrates you, breathe and name what you feel. When joy arises, amplify it with gratitude. When anxiety tightens your chest, soften into the breath and remind yourself, this too is energy. The simple act of observation transforms reaction
into choice. The alchemist's first tool is attention. Step 2. Emotional transmutation. Energy rewriting energy. Once awareness is established, transformation begins through transmutation, the art of changing the vibration of emotion without suppression. Here is a framework. 1. Feel fully. Allow yourself to experience the emotion in your body. Locate it: throat, stomach, heart. 2. Name it truthfully. This is fear. This is sadness. Naming is claiming power. 3. Breathe into it. Inhale awareness. Exhale resistance. 4. Ask the emotion, what are you trying to show me? 5. Reframe the energy. Once the lesson emerges, shift the charge. Transform "I'm scared" into "I'm awakening to courage." Transform "I'm hurt" into "I'm learning to love without attachment." Energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed. And emotion, as energy in motion, is the most direct alchemical tool of the modern mystic. Step 3. Emotional alignment. Living in frequency. Your emotional baseline becomes the gravitational pull of your life. So alignment means maintaining a steady inner vibration that matches your desired state of being before external evidence appears. To live in abundance, feel abundant now. To attract love, embody love now. To magnetize clarity, resonate clarity now. This isn't delusion, it's resonance physics. Reality rearranges itself around your dominant emotional signal. A powerful exercise. Each morning, close your eyes and imagine your day as an energetic field, already vibrating at your desired emotion: gratitude, peace, confidence. Then, enter that frequency like stepping into light. Throughout the day, return to it whenever reality tempts you to forget. Consistency of emotion is more powerful than intensity of effort. The emotional blueprint in everyday domains. Let's explore how this awareness transforms the 12 dimensions of conscious life in tangible, practical ways. Health and fitness. Your body listens to your emotions as instructions. Stress hormones signal danger. Relaxation signals safety and repair. Adopt daily rituals of coherence, slow breathing, mindful movement, nature walks, moments of awe. Health begins not in the gym, but in the emotional field you inhabit. Emotional life. Replace judgment with curiosity. Instead of "I shouldn't feel this," try "What is this feeling teaching me?" Emotional honesty dissolves shame and restores self-respect, the foundation of self-mastery. Intellectual life. Emotion colors cognition. To think clearly, first calm the emotional waters. Begin study, strategy, or creation from a place of centered feeling. Emotionally balanced minds access higher intelligence effortlessly. Character. Integrity is emotional alignment made visible. Each time you act from congruence, when what you feel, say, and do align, you strengthen character and build inner power. Discipline, then, becomes devotion to your highest vibration. Spirituality. Emotions are the tides of spirit moving through form. Use them as portals to awareness. When sadness comes,
let it open your compassion. When joy comes, let it open your gratitude. Spirituality is not escape from emotion, it is communion through it. Love and relationships. Emotions are the currency of connection. Speak them, don't weaponize them. When you feel triggered, pause and share the feeling, not the blame. I feel unseen, not you never listen. Love thrives in emotional transparency. It suffocates in repression. Parenting and legacy. Children do not learn emotional intelligence from lectures, but from modeling. Your calm teaches safety. Your authenticity teaches courage. Every healed emotion you embody becomes an inheritance of light for generations to come. Social life. Choose relationships that mirror your preferred vibration. Be the energy you wish to attract. If your circle feels heavy, do not fight it. Simply elevate your state. The resonance will naturally rearrange who remains. Financial life. Money responds to emotional coherence. Fear constricts flow. Gratitude opens it. Practice generosity. It affirms abundance. Every transaction becomes sacred when infused with the feeling of sufficiency. Career. Purpose aligns when emotion and skill intersect. Ask, what activity makes my soul feel expanded? Follow that expansion. It's emotional GPS guiding you to meaningful work. Leadership at its highest is emotional stability that inspires trust. Quality of life. Joy is not a reward. It is the quality of attention you bring to each moment. Practice micro-gratitude. Savor taste, sunlight, music, laughter. Joy multiplies not by intensity, but by frequency. Many small doses make a radiant life. Life experience. Ultimately, emotion is the texture of existence. The goal isn't to avoid difficult emotions, but to experience them with awareness so deep that even pain becomes revelation. Life then becomes an art gallery, each emotion a painting contributing to the masterpiece of your evolution.
Emotional reset rituals. To integrate emotional mastery, create daily rituals that ground feeling into form. 1. Morning calibration. Sit in silence. Ask, what do I choose to feel today? Visualize that emotion as a color surrounding you. 2. Midday pause. Close your eyes, breathe deeply 3 times. Ask, am I in alignment with my chosen emotion? Adjust as needed. 3. Evening reflection. Write down 3 emotional victories of the day, moments when you felt awareness instead of reaction. Gratitude seals the day's vibration in your nervous system. Rituals transform emotional intention into energetic habit. The emotional equation of creation. You can summarize this entire philosophy in one simple equation. Thought plus emotion plus action equals reality. Thought provides direction. Emotion provides energy. Action grounds energy into matter. When one of these is missing, manifestation falters. When all align, reality bends to coherence. So before acting, ask, is my emotional state in harmony with my desired outcome? If not, pause, align, then proceed. It is not the effort that moves mountains, but the vibration behind the effort. Emotional leadership and collective reality. Your personal vibration contributes to the collective field. Families, teams,
nations, all are emotional ecosystems. When one person stabilizes emotionally, the entire system feels it. This is why inner work is world work. Imagine workplaces led by emotionally intelligent leaders, where decisions are made from coherence rather than fear. Imagine societies guided by compassion instead of outrage. The emotional blueprint is not self-help, it is civilization healing itself from the inside out. Integrating the paradox. Emotional mastery does not mean you will never feel pain again. It means pain will no longer define your identity. You can feel deeply without being consumed, like the sky holding a storm. That is the essence of sovereignty. Not control, not numbness. Sovereignty is presence amidst motion. When you reach that point, emotion no longer dictates your life. It becomes your creative palette. You move from reacting to designing, from surviving to sculpting reality like a conscious artist.
And so we arrive, not at an ending, but at a revelation. You have not been learning how to control emotion. You have been remembering that emotion itself is the current of creation. The emotional blueprint is not a concept. It is a living map that points you back to your own heart again and again until you remember that the architect you've been seeking is already within you. The circle returns to the heart. From the moment you were born, emotion has been your first language. Before words, you felt. Before logic, you knew. Before understanding the world, you sensed its texture through the heart. And though you've learned to analyze, plan, and perform, the most profound truth remains timeless. Your feelings are the pulse of your reality. They are the brushstrokes painting the canvas of your life. Every time you feel with awareness, you are rewriting your story in real time. The mastery of presence. Mastery does not mean living in perpetual bliss. It means standing in the center of every storm, breathing through the waves, and whispering, "I am still here." It means recognizing that even fear and grief are sacred allies, portals of transformation rather than prisons of pain. Presence transforms emotion from chaos into clarity. When you stop running from what you feel, you stop running from yourself. And when you stop running from yourself, the universe stops mirroring chaos back to you. Because presence is coherence, and coherence is creation. The symphony of being. The emotional blueprint teaches you to conduct the orchestra of your inner world. When the strings of gratitude vibrate with the drums of courage and the flute of compassion, a symphony emerges, not of perfection, but of harmony. You begin to live with rhythm, with grace, with timing. Even challenges become part of the music, giving contrast and depth to the melody of your life. When emotion and awareness dance together, life stops feeling like a battle and starts feeling like choreography, each moment unfolding in divine tempo. Living as the conscious creator. In practice, this means something simple yet revolutionary. You begin to choose your emotional tone before circumstance chooses it for you. When you wake, you don't wait for the day to make you happy. You bring happiness to the day. When challenges arise, you don't collapse into fear. You breathe into courage. When loss visits, you don't shut down. You open into compassion. This is emotional sovereignty, the art of shaping your world from within. And as this sovereignty deepens, you become magnetic. You attract what matches your emotional authenticity, not what satisfies your temporary desire. Reality begins to align, not because you force it, but because you feel it into coherence. The bridge between heaven and earth.
Emotion is the bridge between the seen and the unseen. It translates divine intention into physical manifestation. When you vibrate with love, you are not just feeling better, you are anchoring light into matter. The ancients knew this truth long before modern science could measure it. They built temples, sang chants, and offered gratitude not as superstition, but as energetic precision, aligning heart and cosmos in sacred resonance. Now, in our modern age, the temple is no longer outside. It is your nervous system. Your ritual is awareness. Your altar is every moment you choose to feel consciously. Integration across the 12 dimensions. When emotion aligns with awareness, the 12 dimensions of conscious life fuse into one coherent expression. Health becomes vitality flowing from inner peace. Emotion becomes guidance, not chaos. Intellect becomes illuminated by intuition. Character becomes truth in motion. Spirit becomes embodied. Love becomes fearless connection. Parenting becomes legacy through presence. Community becomes resonance, not conformity. Wealth becomes circulation of gratitude. Career becomes purpose infused with passion. Quality of life becomes simplicity laced with joy. And life experience becomes art, a dialogue between soul and cosmos. This is the multidimensional coherence that emerges when your emotional field harmonizes with your conscious intent. It's not perfection, it's alignment. The sacred practice of emotional honesty. If you remember only one practice from this journey, let it be this. Be radically honest about what you feel and hold it with love. To lie to yourself emotionally is to distort your blueprint. To feel with truth is to align your reality. Emotional honesty does not weaken you. It frees the energy locked behind the walls of denial. Each time you acknowledge your true feeling, you restore a piece of your power. Each time you forgive yourself for feeling it, you reclaim your light. That is how wholeness is born, not from perfection, but from permission.
The cosmic perspective. You are not just an individual moving through a random universe. You are consciousness experiencing itself through the medium of emotion, a fragment of the infinite, learning to feel its way back to unity. The universe expands through your awareness. When you feel joy, the cosmos celebrates itself. When you heal grief, the universe integrates another fragment of its own shadow. When you choose peace, the collective field quiets, subtly, silently, but undeniably. This is why your emotional work matters more than you realize. You are participating in the evolution of consciousness itself. The emotional blueprint in action. Let this knowledge move from theory into embodiment. Number 1, each morning, set your emotional intention. Today, I choose calm clarity. Or today, I choose radiant confidence. Number 2, throughout the day, breathe into emotion. Don't fix it, feel it. Number 3, at night, reflect. What did my emotions create today? Did they attract clarity or confusion? Did they open hearts or close them? Over time, you will witness the invisible pattern becoming visible. Synchronicities will appear. Opportunities will feel magnetic. Relationships will harmonize. And most importantly, you will feel at home within yourself, regardless of circumstance. That is emotional mastery. Peace, independent of condition. A final reflection.
the universe within you. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe. Feel your heartbeat, steady, ancient, rhythmic. That pulse is not separate from the rhythm of the stars. Every heartbeat is the universe reminding you, I am here, creating with you. When you master emotion, you are not learning how to control life. You are learning how to dance with it, to co-create, to remember that you and existence are composing the same song. So walk into your world tomorrow not as someone trying to fix reality, but as someone feeling it into beauty. The transformational call. If this journey stirred something within you, carry it, reflect on it, live it. Practice emotional awareness as devotion to yourself, to others, to the cosmos. Let every breath remind you that your feelings are not obstacles to your destiny. They are the brushstrokes painting it. And when you are ready to go deeper, return here to this space of positive inner conversation where philosophy meets spirit and the inner world becomes the workshop of creation. Subscribe, share, and stay close. Every word you hear here is designed to awaken the clarity and power already within you. This is not the end. This is the beginning of your next chapter, your next feeling, your next creation. Welcome to your emotional blueprint. Welcome home.